Good evening. Coming up tonight, we'll fill you in on what's happening in and outside the Palmetto State.
Family Weekend is coming up at the University of South Carolina.
And the South Carolina Gamecocks will take on Akron this weekend at Williams-Brice Stadium.
But first, Uncensored America is suing the university.
We'll have all that and more tonight on the Sumter Street Scoop.
Welcome to this week's Sumter Street Scoop. I'm Courtney Duckett.
And I'm Karenna Porter. Thanks for joining us tonight. Uncensored America is suing USC for denying funding for the roast of Kamala Harris. Sean Semenko, Uncensored America's founder, announced the lawsuit in a press conference yesterday.
The short version is, we will sue everyone who infringed on our right to freedom of speech and tried to prevent us from hosting this event. You can threaten us, you can smear us, you can defund us, but you cannot stop this event from happening.
The funding Uncensored America requested was for security measures required by the university. SGTV has been following the incident closely, with our coverage coming to SGTV's YouTube page later this evening.
Earlier this week, Student News at 7 reported a shooting incident that occurred on Monday, September 9th at Alight Columbia Apartments, leaving a young man named Jalen Allen killed. Allen was driving a car when he was shot, causing him to lose control of the vehicle and hit resident Erin Danforth. The incident occurred after she was coming home from class at USC. She shared with WLTX News 19 that she did not feel safe to return to her apartment after suffering a broken fibula, injury to the forehead, and bruises on her body. Alight Columbia's management announced that the complex has now have 24-hour security patrols. Danforth also shared with WLTX News 19 that she hopes to see improvements to security and cameras added around the complex. According to the Case Police Department, a suspect for the shooting has not yet been identified. Residents who are suspected to be connected to the incident have been evicted. Coming up after the break, SGTV weather reporter Gabrielle Cassini has the week's forecast. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Gabrielle Cassini, and here's a look at tonight's forecast. Right now, it is 65 degrees and partly cloudy, so we're going to start seeing those temperatures decreasing in the evening as those clouds are kind of creeping in the night and fall is arriving. However, the humidity will be at 76%. So we're going to be playing tug-of-war a bit with the weather these next couple days and weeks, as it's going to be pretty warmer in the midday and then going to be in the low 60s at night. So make sure you have your layers, you're prepared to have a sweatshirt, just in case at night you may get a little chillier. The winds are going to be pretty calm tonight at 5 miles per hour, and our sunrise tomorrow is going to be at 7:24 a.m. A little outlook in Friday's forecast in South Carolina. In the Northwest, we're going to be in the high 80s. It's looking like it's going to be a beautiful weekend in South Carolina. We're going to be pretty sunny. We're not expecting any rains. And then in the shore and more of southern South Carolina, it's going to be a great beach weekend if you're hoping to go out there. It is family weekend, so if your families are traveling from any of these cities, make sure they're prepared to pack light and not really expect to pack any layers in these high 80s temperatures. Kind of more an outlook on this week. On Friday, it's going to be 88 and mostly sunny. We're looking at a low of 65, so it's really not going to get too chilly. And it, again, is going to be pretty sunny, no rain, so expect to pack lightly and just wear light clothing. On Saturday, it will be our first night game. We're going to hope the Gamecocks are going to conquer and at 7:30 p.m. and it's going to be about 88 degrees. It's not going to get pretty chillier at the night. Our low is 66. However, we're not expecting it to get to that. It's probably going to stay in the low 80s and mostly sunny and not expecting any rain from there. On Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy. It's going to be 89 degrees. We're going to watch the temperature kind of increase a bit, a low of 67, but still we're going to have that hot summer feeling in South Carolina. So really do not expect to have any layers for those days. Then on Monday, we're going to go back to 86 degrees and a low of 66. It's going to be partly cloudy, and we're again not looking for any rain, so it's going to be a great weekend and long weekend if your parents are staying until Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're looking back to 83 degrees. So that's where we're going to see the temperature start to decrease again. We're going to see those clouds creep in. The humidity is going to be a little lower on Tuesday, so we're not looking at as hot as it's been in the past week. But that's what it's going to be for that day. After the break, SGTV sports anchor Duncan Maloney has the update for all things Gamecock athletics.
Welcome back to Sumter Street Scoop. I'm Duncan Maloney. Last weekend, the Gamecocks had a tough test against the LSU Tigers, losing 36-33, but the focus has shifted to this weekend's showdown against the Akron Zips. This could be an interesting test for the University of South Carolina. Even though the Gamecocks won comfortably 28-3 last time the two teams played, you can never be too sure, as many games across college football this season have ended in major upsets. The Gamecocks have several things going for them coming into this game, most notably their ability to get points off of turnovers and their high rushing totals. Akron, having just 5 wins in the past 3 years, could be another key to victory on Saturday night at Williams-Brice. If you're looking for a win, search no further than the University of South Carolina men's club ice hockey team. The organization, known as Cock Hockey, is in the midst of getting their season started, and they have picked up right where they left off last season. The defending Division I AAU college ice hockey champions started their season with 2 games against the University of North Carolina. The Gamecocks won both games by multiple goals, then turned their efforts towards the University of Georgia, where the Cocks won 4-3 in a close game. The Gamecocks will take their talents on the road on Friday and Saturday night, where they will take on the University of Alabama, the next obstacle on their path to defending their title. And now, George Bagwell is in the studio to fill us in on local entertainment. What's the talk of the town, George?
Thanks, Duncan. Welcome back to Columbia, Mom and Dad. It's family weekend at the University of South Carolina, coinciding with a Saturday night football game against Akron. The annual event will include a Q&A session at the Darla Moore School of Business for those interested, festivities at the Honors Residence Hall, and music by students from the music studies industry on the plaza at the Coger Center. More events scheduled for Friday include a nighttime stargazing opportunity at the Melton Observatory, weather permitting, and an open house for the College of Nursing in the afternoon. Prior to the game on Saturday, a morning tailgate on Green Street is scheduled from 8:30 a.m. to 11, giving families a chance to explore the campus and the city of Columbia before the football game at 7:30. For Columbia area residents searching for a bit of whimsy, wait no longer. Cirque du Soleil is coming to Colonial Life Arena next week. Looking off campus, the world-renowned Canadian-based circus and acrobatic group will be performing their OVO act 5 times over the course of 4 days between Thursday and Sunday, with showtimes ranging from 7 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night to a 3 p.m. Saturday show and a 1 p.m. Sunday showtime to finish off the stop. The OVO event features a litany of acrobatic insects twisting and turning through the air for just over 2 hours, complete with ropes, hooks, and hoops. Tickets can be found on Ticketmaster.com for as little as $64 for Thursday's show. After the handful of performances in Columbia, the group will travel to Chattanooga, Tennessee the following week. After the commercial, Karenna and Courtney will return to finish up tonight's news wrap.
According to the Daily Gamecock, South Carolina students and faculty expressed concerns about a bill that impacts diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts on campus. House Bill 4289 says, quote, "When determining admissions or employment decisions, a public institution of higher learning may not expend any funds appropriated or authorized to promise admission, benefits, or promote or engage in differential treatment to an applicant for admission or hire or promote a faculty member or employee on the applicant's or faculty members or employees' commitment to or making a declaration of personal support for or disagreement with any political ideology or movement, including a promise or statement regarding diversity, equity, inclusion, or other associated political issues," end quote. According to NBC, more than 30 states have introduced bills banning or limiting DEI initiatives. Under the bill, every January, universities must release a statement highlighting how they comply with this law and which campus programs support DEI. USC's Office of Democracy, Education, and Inclusivity has not released a statement regarding the bill. The bill has yet to pass the Senate, which will resume discussing the proposed law in January.
Looking for an event to visit with your family during USC's Family Weekend? Columbia's 37th annual Greek Festival kicked off this morning at 10 a.m. The festival celebrates Greek culture with food, music, dancing, tours, gift shops, and more. The event is currently taking place on 1931 Sumter Street and will end around 10 p.m. today. But don't worry, if you are busy planning your outfit for the game or just not available, it will continue to be open through Friday through Sunday. On Friday and Saturday, the festival is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. On Sunday, the festival kicks off at noon and ends at 6 p.m. The event is free admission. For more information on location, visit columbiasgreekfestival.com.
Yeah, I think the Greek Festival sounds really fun. My friend Sarah and I actually went over. We saw all of the tents set up. We saw the dancers practicing, and it looked like it was going to be a lot of fun.
For sure. I also remember that in my hometown, we also celebrate Greek Festival, and it's also a good time to spend with family, and it's very, very entertaining.
Definitely. That wraps up tonight's edition of Sumter Street Scoop.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv@usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Karenna Porter.
And I'm Courtney Duckett. Have a great night, Carolina. Forever to thee.